Hello, my friends. Well, um, here we are again, and this is the last part of my shows called Movie Melodies. Yes. Now, you know what that song is, right? Of course. It's The Rose. Bette Midler sang it in the famous film, also called The Rose. Yes. 1979. Well, you know what I do? I play the songs. You think of what the name of the song is and the movie, and after I've done one or two songs, I'll tell you the information about them so that you can check it off. Oh, yes. In other words, were you right? Are you almost right? You were thinking about it. All right. That was The Rose. Well, let's do this one now. Two songs, both hit records for Frank Sinatra. Strangers in the Night, 1966. That was in the movie called A Man Could Get Killed. Would you believe that was really a comedy? It was. It starred James Garner and Sandra Dee. Yes. And that, The Strangers in the Night, that movie, A Man Could Get Killed, that was filmed in Portugal. Yes. Well, the next one is Laura. Now, I know you knew that one. That was in the movie, the same name, Laura. It starred Gene Tierney and Dana Andrews. Yeah, we're going back. Those are folks at my age who would know the names of those actors. That was in 1944, that movie. And anyway, beautiful, two beautiful songs. Laura. Laura, what a beautiful name, huh? Okay, how about this one? Of course, Never on Sunday. And it was the same the title of the movie, Never on Sunday. Came out in 1960. Yes. It was done by, and I never could say her name right, so I'm not going to say it. But Nina Mercurius or something like that. But anyways, that was a big hit record. It was. All right. Well, here's two songs. Let's see if you knew who recorded both of them. Yeah, here we go. If you said Doris Day, you're right. Doris Day. She had a nice recording of When I Fall in Love. And that was in a movie called Minute to Zero. It starred Robert Mitchum and Ann Blythe. Okay? Medicare crowd. You know those names? Okay. That song and the movie came out in 1952. And Nat King Cole also had a nice recording on that. Yeah, sold a lot of singles. The next one, of course, is Doris Day's Pillow Talk. Right, Pillow Talk. Name of the movie, Pillow Talk. And that starred with Doris Day, Rock Hudson. Yeah. 1959. There we go. All right. How about this one? Well, before I go to the next song, I'm going to tell you about this one. You know what it is, don't you? High and the Mighty, yeah. And it's from the same name, the movie, High and the Mighty. It starred John Wayne, yes. 1959. Les Baxter and his orchestra had a wonderful recording on this. And there was also a vocal by Johnny Desmond. Does that name sound familiar? Well, the score won an Oscar. Yeah, sure did. And I remember hearing recordings, actually on the originals of High and the Mighty, they whistled on it. Yeah, well, as I've told you before, I can't whistle. All right, now, I'm going to do two songs here. And I'm going to tell you about them, okay? The first one I'm going to do is called Eternally. This was written by Charlie Chaplin. You know, Charlie Chaplin wasn't just that guy that made those crazy little moves and wore that hat and had a cane and, you know, he walked kind of like this. No, he was actually quite a composer and lyricist. Well, this song that Chaplin wrote was in a movie called Limelight, and he actually wrote the score, wrote the play, and directed and produced the movie, Limelight. And then I'm going to do one other one for you by Chaplin, who wrote it. But this one, remember this one? Okay. Okay, now, eternally, and I know that sounds familiar to you, doesn't it? Now, here's another one that Charles Chaplin, they called him Charles Chaplin, right? Not Charlie when they put his name on there as the composer. This is a song that's called This Is My Song. And it was in a movie called A Countess from Hong Kong. Yes. It starred Marlon Brando and Sophia Loren. Well, I hope I surprised you a little bit. The song actually had a #1 hit for Petula Clark. So here's the other one of many Charles Chaplin's tunes. Sound familiar? Remember Petula Clark doing that song? Yeah. All right. How about this one? I'll end it right there. Let's go to the next one. Okay, the first one, you know that, Pink Panther. And it was from the movie, The Pink Panther, that starred Peter Sellers. It came out in 1963. Yeah, the theme of the Pink Panther. I can see that, I can still see that little pink animal in the commercials. The next one's On the Good Ship, Lollipop. And that was sung by Shirley Temple in a movie called Bright Eyes, 1934. Now, okay, you might not have been around in 1934, but they still are playing all of Shirley Temple's movies. Yeah, On the Good Ship, Lollipop. Okay, how about this one? That's just a little bit of it. And that song is called The Key to Love. And you know what theme it is from? Its theme is from the movie The Apartment. Right, The Apartment. 1960. And that starred Jack Lemmon, Shirley MacLaine, and Fred MacMurray. Yeah, remember Fred MacMurray from The Three Sons? That series? Okay. first song is Georgie Girl, and it's the same name of the film, 1966, and that was recorded by a group called The Seekers. The Seekers, yes. The second song I just did, Stormy Weather, yes. 1943, same name as the film, Stormy Weather, and it starred Lena Horne. Oh my gosh, that's one of my father's favorite vocalists, Lena Horne. Cab Calloway was in that movie, and also Bill Robinson, who is, they had that song, Mr. Bojangles. He was Mr. Bojangles. Bill Robinson. And Bill Robinson was in a lot of Shirley Temple's movies, too. What a dancer. Ooh, could he tap? Could he tap? Okay. That song is called Sway. 1954, Dean Martin came out with it. They have played this in many movies. They've used it, I think, about 3 or 4 movies that this song, Sway, was played in the movies. Okay, here's one here. This one is called I Don't Want to Walk Without You. And this was in a movie called Sweater Girl. It actually was in the early 40s. It was a #1 hit for Harry James. But I Don't Want to Walk Without You has come back several times in the last few decades. Because Barry Manilow had a beautiful recording on it. Wonderful. I Don't Want to Walk Without You. Okay, how about this one? I might get you on this one. That song is the theme from Valley of the Dolls. That was done by Dionne Warwick, and at the time, it was a big hit for her. That movie came out, Valley of the Dolls, in 1967, and it starred Patty Duke and Sharon Tate. Yes. Love Letters. Love Letters from the film in 1945, also called Love Letters. Yes. All right. I'm doing this song for Karen Yaris. The Yarises live here a lot, not just a little bit down the street from where I live. But I hadn't done this song, oh my gosh, years and years. And she asked for it one time when I was playing in the lounge. And so here it is, Karen. There was a movie called San Antonio. It was got nominated for 2 Academy Awards, and it starred, okay, we're going way back, Errol Flynn. I would know that probably 95% of my audience out there have no idea who Errol Flynn was. Anyway, the song was recorded by one of my favorite vocalists at that time, Dick Haymes. Yeah. Some Sunday Morning is the name of the song. Okay. Some of you remember hearing Marlene Dietrich sing that song? Yes. And it was in a movie called Blue Angel. We're going back a long ways, but I will never forget hearing Marlene Dietrich. She sang that in the movie. What a recording she had on it, you know. And she had that German accent, and she, you know, you still can hear it sometimes on the oldies radio shows. All right, here's one. And that song is Wives and Lovers, and it's from the movie Wives and Lovers. It starred Janet Leigh and Van Johnson. Came out in 1963. And Jack Jones is the one that got the Grammy, who had the big hit of that, Wives and Lovers. Okay. Do you know where you're going to? Some days you wonder that. Well, it's from the movie Mahogany. It starred Diana Ross, and she also made the hit of this. And the song, Do You Know Where You're Going To, theme from Mahogany, was filmed at Marshall Fields in Chicago. Yes. It starred Anthony Perkins, remember that name? Billy D. Williams, yeah. Anthony Perkins, remember Psycho? Yeah. Guess what? That's not the song. Here's the song, but it sounds familiar, doesn't it? Abba Dabba Honeymoon, yes. And that was in the movie 2 Weeks with Love. Debbie Reynolds and Carlton Carpenter sang it. 1950, yeah. Well, I want to thank you so very much, my friends, for coming. But I have one more song. Remember this one? I wanted to do that song because, my goodness, they're still playing that today. It's a beautiful song. The Shadow of Your Smile. And that is from the movie The Sandpiper, yes. That starred Liz Taylor, good old Elizabeth Taylor, and Richard Burton. Yeah, 1965. Well, my friends, thank you for watching. My goodness, I love you. The next few weeks, the show is going to call Sounds of Spring. So I'm going to have several parts to that show. I'm going to have a beautiful backdrop for you. So I hope you'll join me next week. We're starting our shows for the next month called Sounds of Spring. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. Love you. Bye-bye.